blood on the school floor, a girl's body still broken, officers standing over her like nothing happened. Cameras were rolling, but the truth stayed locked away. Her mother wasn't called until it was too late. By the time Danielle arrived, her daughter was in a coma, and the story was already being rewritten. Teachers lied, police covered, but one anonymous package changed everything. What it revealed would turn one mother into a movement, shaking the system to its core. This is the fight behind cops beat the black woman's daughter into a coma. Comment your city, we're watching with you. It was supposed to be a fresh start. Danielle Harris, a single mother and nurse in a small Georgia town, had just moved into a quieter neighborhood with her 14-year-old daughter, Alyssa. Life had been tough, but Danielle was finally finding her rhythm: long hospital shifts, weekend picnics, and Alyssa thriving in school. Their apartment was small, but filled with warmth, laughter, and quiet hope. People said this town was peaceful. Danielle wanted to believe them, but she noticed things: how certain neighbors stared too long, how police cruises seemed to slow down near their building. Still, she brushed it off. New town, new eyes, she told herself. What she didn't realize was that in this town, being black made you a suspect by default. And one routine afternoon, an ordinary day like any other, everything would fall apart. Her daughter would never walk out of school the same again. It started with a phone call. Danielle was mid-shift at the hospital when she got the message. Alyssa had been involved in a school incident. No details, just that the police were handling it. Her heart dropped. She rushed to the school, sirens blaring in her head, only to find a crowd, flashing lights, and Alyssa being loaded into an ambulance, unconscious, blood trailing from her nose. The officers wouldn't meet her eyes. A white teacher claimed Alyssa had become aggressive, but students whispered a different story. Alyssa had spoken up after a classmate used a racial slur, and the school called in the school resource officers. One said she was resisting. The security footage, under review, Danielle begged to see it. They refused. At the hospital, doctors said her daughter had suffered severe head trauma, possibly from blunt force. Danielle's hands trembled. Her baby was in a coma and no one was being held accountable. Days passed. The police released a statement blaming Alyssa for non-compliance. Social media buzzed, but the department clamped down. Danielle filed complaints, contacted local officials. Nothing. Silence. She was supposed to be just another grieving black mother swept under the rug. But Danielle didn't back down. She started filming, speaking out, sharing Alyssa's story. Everywhere she could, people started listening. Protests formed. Pressure mounted. Then one night, an anonymous envelope showed up at her door. Inside, a USB stick. What she saw on it would ignite a fire the department never saw coming. The footage was grainy but clear enough. It showed two white officers storming into Alyssa's classroom. She stood frozen, her hands visible, saying something the camera didn't catch. Then one officer grabbed her by the hair and slammed her to the floor. The other kneed her back, cuffing her as she screamed. The students, silent, terrified. Alyssa never fought back, never resisted, and yet they kept hitting her even after she stopped moving. Danielle collapsed watching it, her body shaking with rage and grief. This wasn't discipline. This was an execution of innocence. She uploaded the footage. Within hours, it went viral. #Justice for Alyssa was everywhere. Protests shut down the city. National media picked it up. The mayor called an emergency press conference. But Danielle wasn't done yet. This wasn't just about Alyssa anymore. She was going to bring down every last one of them, starting with the chief. Danielle's fight didn't end with the video. It only grew louder. The officers were suspended, then fired. A federal investigation was launched. The police chief resigned under pressure, and policies across the district were rewritten. But no reform could erase what was taken. Alyssa eventually woke from the coma, but she would never be the same. Her smile was slower, her voice quieter, and the light in her eyes dimmed. Danielle became a national voice for justice, standing not just for her daughter, but for every black child whose innocence is treated like a threat. This wasn't a rare tragedy. It was a reflection of a system that sees black skin as danger before it sees humanity. So ask yourself, how many more mothers have to turn grief into war before this stops? Thanks for watching. If this moved, you'll share it. Let the world see what justice looks like.